Your mindset is the single most powerful force you'll ever control. It will either lock you inside a life you secretly hate, or it will open doors you didn't even know existed. The truth is, most people imprison themselves long before the world ever does. They chain themselves with their doubts, their excuses, and their belief that someone like me could never have that. That's a mindset built on fear, and fear is a terrible architect for your future. When I was younger, I didn't have money, I didn't have connections, and I certainly didn't have a roadmap. What I did have was a mind that constantly told me I wasn't enough. I believed the story that my circumstances defined me. And as long as I believed that story, it was true. That's how mindset works. It becomes the lens through which you interpret everything. If the lens is dirty, covered with insecurity, doubt, and negativity, then life will look hopeless even when opportunity is right in front of you. But at some point, you have to rebel against that voice. You have to challenge the narrative you've been repeating to yourself for years. Books taught me something profound. Your thoughts are not facts. They're patterns, habits, loops, and habits can be broken. Patterns can be reshaped. The moment you understand this, you stop being a victim of your mind and start becoming its master. A passport mindset doesn't pretend life is easy. It doesn't ignore hardship or injustice. What it does is refuse to let those things dictate the rest of your life. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? You start asking, how can I use this? You start interpreting obstacles as training. You start viewing discomfort as the price of evolution, and slowly, your mind begins to work for you instead of against you. The difference between people who succeed and people who stay stuck isn't intelligence or luck, it's the internal story they choose to believe. If you believe you're powerless, you behave like it. If you believe you're capable, even in small ways, your actions begin to align with that belief, and those small aligned actions compound into a completely different life over time. Your mindset will imprison you or liberate you. The choice is yours, and it's a choice you make every single day. Skill is the currency of freedom because it's the only thing in your life that can't be taken from you. Money can disappear, opportunities can crumble, businesses can fail, people can walk away, but skill stays. It evolves with you, it grows as you grow. And in a world where everything is uncertain, being someone who is dangerously good at something is the closest thing you'll ever have to security. Most people never understand this. They think freedom comes from luck, timing, or being born into the right circumstances. They blame everything except the one thing they actually control, their ability to learn, to practice, and to get exceptional at something valuable. When you're good at nothing, life feels heavy. Every bill is stressful. Every unexpected problem feels like a threat. But when you're skilled, life becomes a negotiation and you're the one with leverage. I learned this the hard way. When I was younger, I wanted freedom so badly it physically hurt. I didn't want someone telling me when to wake up, when I could take a break, what I was worth per hour. I wanted autonomy. I wanted to be the one deciding how my life would play out. But wanting freedom doesn't create freedom. Only skill does. When I realized that, I stopped looking for shortcuts and started investing in myself like my life depended on it because it did. The beautiful thing about skill is that it compounds. At first, you're terrible. You fail constantly. Everything takes 10 times longer than you thought it would. But if you stay disciplined, something magical happens. The world starts to respond. People start to notice your competence. They trust you more. They pay you more. They recommend you more. And suddenly, opportunities don't come from you chasing them, they come from the reputation your skills built for you. But skill isn't just about making money. It's about feeling powerful in your own life. When you have mastery, you stop fearing the future because you know you can adapt to it. If the market changes, you'll adjust. If your job disappears, you'll pivot. If your business fails, you'll build another. Most people are terrified of uncertainty because they rely on everything except themselves. A skilled person, however, is never truly afraid. They know that even if you drop them on the street with nothing, they'll find a way back because they've built the ability, not just the outcome. People often say, I want to be free, but freedom requires becoming someone worth paying. You can't escape the system without creating value the system needs. When you build a high-income skill, whether it's marketing, design, writing, coding, editing, selling, you gain the ability to write your own rules. You're no longer forced into jobs you hate. You're no longer trapped in environments that drain you. You're no longer dependent on a boss to allow you to live your life. Skill buys back your time. It buys back your choices. It buys back your self-respect, But here's the part no one wants to hear. Building skill takes obsession, not motivation, not hype, obsession. You have to be willing to spend hours practicing when no one is watching. You have to be willing to look stupid, to make mistakes, to start over. You have to be willing to go all in on mastery, even when your friends think you're crazy. Because the truth is, most people are addicted to distraction, not improvement. They want the rewards of skill without the discipline it requires. Skill is freedom because it puts your future back in your own hands. It gives you options. It gives you leverage. It gives you confidence that isn't fake, not the look confident. Advice you see online, but real confidence built from competence. The moment you decide to master a skill, your life path changes. You stop drifting. You stop relying on luck. You stop living passively. You become an asset in a world full of liabilities. And once you reach a level where your skill speaks louder than your circumstances, you'll realize something profound. You didn't just gain a way to make money, you gained a way to live life on your own terms. Skill is the currency of freedom. Learn it, master it, protect it, and it will pay you for the rest of your life. Your environment shapes you more than you think, and the crazy part is that most people never notice it happening. They move through life believing they're making independent choices, when in reality, their surroundings are influencing everything: how they think, how they act, what they believe is possible, and ultimately, who they become. Environment is the invisible hand that molds your identity, and unless you take control of it, it will control you. Think about this. Nobody wakes up miserable, undisciplined, and unmotivated by accident. Those traits grow slowly, shaped by the people you hang around, the content you consume, the conversations you entertain, and the standards you tolerate. If you're surrounded by negativity, you start thinking in negative patterns. If everyone in your circle settles for average, you'll begin to lower your ambitions without realizing it. If your daily environment is chaotic, full of noise, distraction, drama, then your mind will mirror that chaos. The world inside you is simply a reflection of the world around you. When I look back at the younger version of myself, I can clearly see how my environment influenced every part of me. Back then, I was around people who were unmotivated, people who lived for the weekend, people who didn't believe success was possible, and because that was normal, I started adopting those beliefs myself. It wasn't until I deliberately changed my environment, the people I listened to, the books I read, the habits I installed, that my life changed with it. The moment I upgraded my environment, my standards rose, my ambition grew, and my vision expanded. People underestimate how subtle this transformation is. You don't become your environment overnight. It happens gradually, almost silently. You pick up phrases your friends say. You adopt the habits of the people you spend time with. You internalize the beliefs of the voices you hear the most. If you're surrounded by people who doubt everything, you'll start doubting yourself. If you follow influencers who glamorize laziness or entitlement, you'll adopt the same mindset. If your room, your phone, your routines are designed for distraction, your brain will adapt to distraction. The good news, the same rule applies to positive environments. Surround yourself with ambitious people, and you'll raise your ambition. Spend time with disciplined people, and you'll naturally adopt discipline. Read books written by people playing life at a high level, and you'll begin thinking at a higher level. Create a quiet, focused physical environment, and you'll become more focused. It's not magic, it's psychology. You will always rise or fall to the level of your environment. That's why extraordinary people are extremely careful about who they let into their space. They understand that a single negative voice can corrupt your entire mindset. They know that a room full of mediocrity can suffocate even the strongest ambition, and they know that if you want to change your life, you must first change what surrounds you, your inputs, your influences, your daily atmosphere. Your environment isn't just the people around you, it's everything that touches your mind. It's the music you listen to, it's the podcasts you play, it's the accounts you follow, it's the routines you build. It's the energy of your home, it's the expectations in your circle, it's the standards you accept. Every one of these elements is shaping you, even when you're not paying attention. The reason environment is so powerful is because humans are adaptive. We always adjust to whatever is around us, even if it's unhealthy. That's why discipline is easy in a disciplined environment and almost impossible in a chaotic one. It's why ambition thrives in a growth-oriented environment and dies in a complacent one. It's why your life changes so dramatically when your environment changes. If you feel stuck right now, don't start by blaming yourself. Start by auditing your environment. Ask yourself, who drains me? Who inspires me? What inputs pull me backward? What inputs push me forward? What habits in my environment are destroying my potential? What habits are building it? Your environment is either fertilizing your growth or poisoning it. You get to choose which one. Change your environment, and you will change your thoughts. Change your thoughts, and you will change your actions. Change your actions, and you will change your life. Your environment is shaping you every minute of every day. The real question is, are you shaping it back?